Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Code Realize Future Blessings. We are going to be going down Van Helsing's route now. No, I don't want to start with N. Hold on. Go back. I said new game. I was trying to back up and then it didn't work, so no. I guess we'll have to type it out. There we go. We're gonna go with Cardia. Alright, and then we're gonna go to After Stories, and I guess I was already there. And we're gonna go to Van Helsing. Begin story.
すべてはたった一人の男の理想から始まった。人の死を、人の恐怖を、人の絶望を、それらを何より美しいと評した男の手で、私の生は歪められた。家族を殺され、復讐を誓った心すらも利用され、私はその男の思うがままに、エイブラハム・ヴァン・ヘルシングは復讐に身を焦がす怪物となった。私には仲間など必要ない。人並みの幸せも人からのぬくもりもいらない。家族の仇さえ討てれば他に何も必要ないと思っていた。そもそも罪なき吸血鬼の幸せを奪った私が幸せになるなど許されるはずもない。犯した罪に対する当然の罰として私はただ孤独であり続けた。それが私にとって真の仇だった。アレスターの狙いだとも知らずに。そんな私を救ったのは一人の少女だった。カルディアは私がいくら突き放そうと決して私を一人にさせようとしなかった。猛毒の怪物と呼ばれ、人との触れ合いを禁じられ、私以上の孤独に苦しんでいたにもかかわらず、それでも私の背に追いすがってきた少女。そんな彼女を見ていると、自分だけが孤独だと、自分だけが苦しんでいるのだと、そう考えていたことがまるで道化のように思えてくる。だから私は死ねなかったのだろう。だから私は殺せなかったのだろう。私以上の孤独を抱えていた彼女をもう一人にはしたくなかったから。私を追いかけ引き戻してくれた彼女を心から愛しいと思ったから。こうして私の復讐譚は終わりを告げた。だが決して全てが終わりを迎えたわけではない。吸血鬼の王が私を許したとしても、私の生を歪めた元凶が消えたとしても、いまだ彼女の身に毒は残ったままなのだから。
I was thinking that whole time. I don't even know if Alistair was killed or not in his route. Like I don't even remember it. It hasn't even been that long. Anyway, why are you sprinting? I sprinted through the mansion with all the strength I could muster. I could not even recall the last time I found myself so short of breath. This was far beyond a mere matter of life and death. I am only vaguely surprised to feel an icy trickle of sweat on the back of my neck. Hurry, I must hurry. I must find Cardia.
Cardia.
There was not a moment to waste. I considered breaking through walls, ceilings, whatever it took to reach her. How unlike me. Pushing aside such thoughts, I ran as fast as I can. The message was a sudden one. It came while at the palace. During negotiations for vampire protection, I was acting as a bodyguard for Marquis Renfield.
Helsing sama!
A man burst into the chamber just as negotiations were adjourning for recess. His uniform told me who he was at a glance, a royal messenger herald. But why was he so agitated I could not yet imagine.
シュタイン博士より至急のお呼び出しです。お屋敷のお嬢様が。
She's what? What? What is happening? My body launched itself forward before the harried messenger finished his sentence. Oh no. Duty decreed that I should have informed Marquis Renfield, but the thought came far too late. I have no doubt the child king will conjure some excuse for me. Perhaps I am being irresponsible, but I have no choice but to put my trust in him. I can but hope they will make me this allowance, for I now have someone more important than anything else, someone I cannot fail. Cardia, she's in trouble, go get her. At the end of a maddeningly long hallway, my destination hubs into view. Hubs? Into view? I don't know.
Cardia!
I don't even know what that means. I burst through the door and there... What is it? Now we're in Cardia's point of view. My door flies open with an alarming bang. Moments later, I hear Van Helsing's voice, whom I had seen off just this morning. Van Helsing? The sudden shock of his appearance suddenly causes me to drop the vial in my hands. Luckily, I had just finished drinking its contents. He seems almost panicked. Out of breath, even beginning to sweat, I can't remember the last time I saw him like this. His piercing gaze bore into mine, and I felt as though I might fall into it. Van Helsing takes one step towards me and then another. Are you all right, Van Helsing? You're breathing so heavily. He does not answer my question, but instead drops his gaze to my hands. My gloveless hands. My bare skin gripping the empty vial.
Cardia.
His voice was barely audible, a whisper. And yet through the faintest movement of his lips, I knew what he meant to say. That's right, I have to tell him I'm finally... Van Helsing, listen. I was trying to not play it up so much because I'm like, I know it's coming. No words, Cardia, just kiss. And yet, he did not allow me to finish. Soft warmth pressed against my lips, and his embrace so intense as to be almost painful. He didn't have to say it with words. Van Helsing would never let me go again. Kind yet powerful. I remained in his arms, held tight to the former vampire hunter's chest. The suddenness of his actions came as a surprise, of course, but even so... Oh. Yep. Just taking the moment. The heat radiating from our bodies brought such a wellspring of happiness to me. I was so happy, so very, very happy. It was so profound, I wish that it might never end. I kissed the man I loved for a long, long time, and he kissed me back. Poor Victor. A flustered cough from somewhere nearby. Van Helsing and I took it as our cue to finally let go, releasing one another. Oh, Victor.
なんかごめんね。あまりにも二人の世界だったからタイミング見失っちゃって。
Just sat there watching. He's like, ah, oh.
いたのかフラン。
うわ、バンひどい。そもそも君を呼んだの僕でしょ。
Don't you start. You did.
そういえばそうだったな。
I suppose. He's trying to play it down all cool. He's like, yeah, well, my business is done. Van Helsing gives the slightest of nods but offers no excuse.
それにしてもびっくりしたよ。僕がちょっと目を離した隙に二人が
Kissing? I apologize if we surprised you, Victor.
いやいやいや、それ自体は全然いいんだよ。だって二人は恋人同士のわけだし。ただバンがあまりにも迷いなく君にキスをしたからさ。
It's quite the different side of him, isn't it?
解毒が成功したとの知らせを受けていたからな。それにこの目でもしっかりと結果を確認したからこそだ。
You confirmed it with your eyes. You mean your mouth. After Van Helsing's abrupt arrival, we all manage to calm down and Victor gives us an explanation of his counteragent in layman's terms. I think I'm even busted from all of that. I need to stop smiling so I can read. I would be so embarrassed if I was Victor. Van Helsing and I sit on the bed, pressed close together as Victor tidies up his concoctions and devices.
その知らせって正確には解毒はほぼ成功。最後の確認を今から行うでしょ。結果的にバンが帰ってくるまでに無毒化は証明されたわけだけどさ。もし毒が残ってたらとか考えなかった？
He doesn't care.
何も考えてなかったんだね。恋は盲目って本当なんだな。
だがフラン、お前の錬金術師としての腕は本物だ。その知識や技術は他者とは比べ物にならない。
ありがとう。
つまりそこまで有能であるお前が確証もなく私にあんな知らせを飛ばすこともありえないだろ。
まあそうだね。二人をがっかりなんてさせたくないし。
ならばお前を信頼しきった私の読み勝ちということだな。
Van Helsing seemed quite satisfied after making this statement as if he'd won something. Victor and I couldn't help but chuckle at his smug sense of achievement.
なぜ笑う？何かおかしなことを言ったか？
No, nothing strange. It just made me happy is all.
そうか。ならいいのだが。
Stifling his laughter, Victor at length speaks in his kind, measured voice.
けど本当によかった。君たちがそうやって笑い合って手をつなぐことができて、僕を信じて待っていてくれてありがとう。
Echoing Victor's words, that is exactly what Van Helsing and I are doing, holding hands to bear for the first time. To be able to feel each other's warmth is nothing short of a miracle to me. Not at all. I should be thanking you. Victor, I can never possibly say it enough. Thank you. Thank you so much.
私もだ、フラン。私たちにとっての奇跡はお前なしではありえなかった。ありがとう。私の愛しい人を救ってくれて。
Aw, he's so cute when he's like not angry all the time. With that, Van Helsing stands, offering Victor his hand almost casually.
僕だけじゃないでしょ。これはルパンやインピ、 それに伯爵やドラちゃん、あとはシシーも。
What does CC do? Just provide you with endless fur to pet?
みんながいたからこその奇跡だよ。
The pair shake hands firmly, as I was taking in the lovely sight.
カルディア、君も。
Victor offers me his hand. I am definitely not used to this yet. I gingerly hold out my bare hand, and Victor enfolds it delicately with his own, a gesture of acceptance. Warmth spreads from my palm to my heart, or so it felt.
ああ、それからこれは念のためなんだけど。
Fran's expression changes. Both Van Helsing and I understand he is speaking as a doctor. We listen closely.
今、君のホロロギウムはなんとか解毒できているけど、この先何があっても不思議じゃない。明日から僕の用意した抑制剤を取ってほしいんだ。
毒の抑制剤か。逆を言えば、それさえ摂取しておけば普通の体と何ら変わりないわけか。
うん、そういうこと。けど心配しないでいいよ。
So he takes care of it in the same way he did in his route.
その抑制剤が必要なのも初めの数日だけだからさ。あとちょっとの辛抱だよ。
Okay, so it's like it's like a disease you have to get rid of.
僕もインピーの手伝いがあるし、ずっと屋敷にいるわけじゃないけど、なるべくこまめに顔を出すから、何かあったら遠慮せずに言ってね。
まるで母親のようだな。
担当医として当然なの。とにかく無理はしないようにね。
Thank you, Victor. I'll be careful. The Azoth incident, an event that rocked London to its core with Jimmy A. Allister as its twisted puppet master. Just over a year has passed since that terrible horror. Everyone involved is now pursuing their own goals, and we see less and less of each other as time passes. I thought you already said this at the end of their brief. Victor had just visited the mansion but typically worked with Impy in the city. Apparently seeking something deeply important to him, Impy claims that every day is an adventure. Libin provides them with support while continuing to root out the deepest truths behind the terror incident. This is the one thing I can't leave unfinished, he told me, wearing his trademark grin. Van Helsing works with Deli just as he was this morning, striving for a peaceful, legal coexistence with the vampires. Together with the human representative, Marquise Renfield, and Queen Victoria herself, negotiations continue daily. As for Saint Germain,
お二人とも変わりないでしょうか。いつもと同じ文面になってしまいますが、こちらは未だに忙しく、当面戻れそうにありません。
your idea duty. After the incident, Saint Germain decamped to France for a personal matter. He continues to send regular letters informing us of the current events along with exotic French souvenirs. This time he had enclosed an elaborately decorated statue of tea leaves.
評判の良い香りだそうですから、バンと二人、実りのある時間が過ごせるかと思います。
Perhaps it was only ink and paper, but I could feel the Count's kind regard in every stroke of the pen. Just thinking about Saint Germain brought a smile to my face. He may be far away across the channel, but I have no doubt we'll meet again.
それでは、今回はこの辺りで。あなたと、それから仲間たちとも、いつかの再会を楽しみにしています。あなたの幸せを願うもの、サンジェルマンより。
I placed the letter aside and set about opening the satch of tea leaves. What a lovely scent. The aroma calms me. And strangely enough, I find myself swept away in memories of when Saint Germain lived with us here in the mansion. I should reply right away. Would he be pleased to hear my poison is gone? There are also so very many things I want to thank him for. If I can communicate even a fraction of my gratitude, I'll be happy. With these things in mind, I take quill in hand and begin to write. Quill in bare hand. Several more days pass. It happened when I was attending the central courtyard. And that should just about do it for the weeds. Now to water. Cece, what's wrong? Cece had been dozing by my feet, but he gets up and dashes off to the mansion without warning. Had Van Helsing returned? It seemed a bit early for him. After looking in the direction Cece ran off to for a moment.
我が愛犬シシちゃんなんだよ元気そうじゃんわざわざお出迎えってあいたおおまた盛大に噛まれてんなさては久しぶりすぎて不審者扱いか陰ピーらしいぜ
Yeah. Hearing the familiar voices instantly puts a smile on my face. I must go greet them. Or perhaps not quite yet. I look down at my clothes, filthy from yard work. I'd rather they not see me like this. As I hurriedly brush clods of earth from my outfit, the courtyard door opens. Too late.
Yo, Cardia. 元気だったか
カルディアちゃんおめでとう本当におめでとう
Oh my goodness. Lupin grins from ear to ear, while MP wails like a baby. Although completely at odds with one another, their reactions couldn't be more genuine, and that makes me very glad. Lupin, MP, you should have sent word if you were on your way to visit.
連絡したらサプライズにならねえだろどうせだからお前のこと驚かせてやろうと思ってな
そう俺たちはもう特大級のサプライズ食らったもんね
A surprise?
フランから聞いたもう大丈夫だって
I detected his pause. Lupin didn't say what I got better from. I suppose it was his way of showing concern for me. Taking his kind regard to heart, I make a point of smiling back. The most authentic smile I can muster. Yes, I'm alright now. Lupin, Impy, thank you for everything. Thank you both. I pull off my gardening gloves I've been wearing and hold up my hands, palms up. I'd be lying if I said I didn't detect a hint of trepidation on their parts, but they each take a hand and hold it. See, not everyone can. All at once, I am engulfed in an embrace that cuts off my words. Lupin's grip is so strong, I begin to feel my temperature rise. Lupin, I don't know what to do. Before I have the chance to think of a proper response, Lupin whispers in my ear.
よかった
You're gonna make Van Helsing jealous. And with that, he releases me.
お前がこれからもっともっとたくさん幸せになれることが本当にマジですっげえ嬉しい
I wonder if Lupin's in love with her in every route, or at least likes her.
おめでとうカルディア
He sounds like a huge weight just been lifted off his shoulder. It made her blush with your genuine concern. Thank you.
ちょいストップ何この空気インピーさんいるんだからね俺を仲間外れにしないで
なんだよお前も俺に抱きしめてほしいってか
どうしてそうなった違いますから
We didn't forget about you, Impy. I'm just as grateful to you too. You're gonna hug him. Wasting no time, I give Impy a huge hug of my own. And yet... You've paralyzed him. He's immobile now. He seems to have absolutely no reaction, so I look for clues in his expression, but all he does is blankly agape at the sky. He broke him. I look to Lupin for help, but he seems quite amused by the whole affair.
ついに死んだか。まあほっとけほっとけ。
Yeah, you broke him.
多分だけど、お前がそうやって抱きついてる限り、インピ一生そのまんまだからな。
You put him in a coma. It seems I have no choice in the matter, so I let him go. Even with CC9 at his leg, Impy remains still as a statue. Lupin and I gingerly back away.
そんでバンはって、さすがにこの時間は仕事中か。
He finally got what he wanted from Cardia. Yes, I expect him back in the evening.
そっか。二人での生活はうまくいってるか？
What's that supposed to mean? Playing nice? More or less.
まあまあかよ。それに意味ありげな沈黙。なんか不都合でも？
Of course they are.
あ、わかった。料理か？あいつのあれはな、どうにもなんねえよな。
Lupin nods to himself, seeming confident that he knows what's going on, but... It's not the cooking. It's not as though things are going badly. It's more like the opposite.
逆？
Lupin looks bewildered as I search for the words to explain how Van Helsing has been acting lately. You can say it's going too well. His kindness seems exaggerated. The day after I began taking the suppressant is a perfect example. When Van Helsing saw me doing my regular housework, he...
Cardia! そんなに動き回るな。無毒化がうまくいったとはいえ、抑制剤がどう影響するのかもわからん。続きは私がやる。休んでいろ。
He's treating you like an overly sick person that's going to, like, go past your limits. And the other day...
私が家にいない間、退屈しないようにいろいろと本を買ってみた。お前の好みを聞きそびれたからな。ざっと100冊ほど適当に取り寄せた。どれでも好きなものを読むといい。ん？金のことか？大丈夫だ。お前は気にしなくていい。
That's what I mean, exaggerated. Van Helsing has been so considerate, and of course I care for him deeply, but it feels as though I'm not sure how to put it. Sometimes I feel uneasy. Are you listening, Lupin?
おお、聞いてる聞いてる。ただちょっとバンの変わりようがびっくりでよ。まさにあいつにとってお前は姫なわけだ。たく、幸せそうにしてんじゃねえか。
Happy? Lupin is right, of course. I get to spend every day with the man I love. I am happy, and it is pleasant. Aw. Even so, there's something that feels a bit off. My heart tells me this is so. Sometime later, I pour tea for my two visitors, Impy having finally come back to his senses. He finally came back to life. I would have liked to serve the Chick New tea St. Germain sent, but I selfishly want to drink it with Van Helsing first.
と、なくなっちまったか。俺入れてくるわ。
Oh, I'll...
いいっていいって。ルパンが君のためにしたいだけだし、ここは思いっきり甘えちゃいなって。
Alright, thank you, Lupin.
ああ。
had little else to do but watch clock hands make a lazy circuit as Lupin brewed the tea. It should be about time for...
晩の帰りが楽しみな感じ。
How did Impy know what I was thinking? I'm suddenly flustered by his sharp observation. I feel so embarrassed. Averting my eyes and looking anywhere but towards him, I remain silent. What's that look for?
はあ、いいな、恋だね。
He's jealous, says Impy, standing up and stretching his back. Unsure of what he's getting at, I flash Impy a questioning look. His demeanor remains completely unchanged.
どういう意味かって？バンが死ぬほど羨ましいあのショットガンメガネめって意味かな。
Yep, see, he's jealous. I suppose he's feeling rather dire pangs of jealousy. He may be outwardly complaining about Van Helsing's affection towards me, but I wonder why his attitude betrays happiness. Just as I think I'm making sense of it. Who's knocking? A knock comes from the door, heralding Van Helsing's return. Why is he knocking? Ah, welcome home, Van Helsing.
ああ、ただいなぜお前がここにいるんだ
He just went from happy to sour.
うわ、ありえなくない？大親友のインピーさんに向かって何その顔？
お前の親友になった瞬間など私の知る限りでは存在しないな。念のために言うがこれから先もお前は敵だ。
Your enemy.
敵？エネミーなの？俺。
Van Helsing. Victor told Impy about my situation. That's why he dropped everything else he had to do and came rushing over. I'm so very happy, yet I can't find the words to explain. To my surprise, Van Helsing smiles warmly and ruffles my hair.
わかってる。よかったな、カルディア。
He's like on cloud nine all the time now. Yes, it is.
のお二人とも実にお熱いことで何よりだな。
ルパン、お前も来ていたのか。
なあな、お邪魔してるぜ。とりあえず仕事終わりだろ。お疲れさん。ちょうど茶も入れ直したとこだしよ。久しぶりに話でもしようぜ。
そうか。では喜んで応じるとしよう。歓迎するぞ、ルパン。
You suppose.
ついでにインピーもな。
なんか納得いかない。
That's funny. That's what I said too. Poor Impy.
それにしてもほんとよかったよね。
Impy never gets treated seriously.
カルディアちゃんの毒をなんとかする。もともとはフランの目標だったわけだけど、それ最終的には俺たち全員が目指してたことだもんね。
My affliction, in more straightforward terms, poison flowing from the horologium. Victor used a certain chemical compound to render it inert, a rare element he had been researching for some time known as Lecterium. Following the Azov incident, Victor was finally able to procure a quantity of the substance through the British government. Although easily weaponized, Victor would never allow such a thing, and he is the sole agent capable of synthesizing it. Through his potent influence, Victor ensured that any Lecterium samples not earmarked for medical use were promptly destroyed. And thus research continued apace. Analysis of the horologium progressed by leaps and bounds. Finally, detoxification was successful. Today I am able to live a normal life, afraid of the poison that once infested my every cell in my body.
ああ、しかもその後の二人はこんなにもうまくいってるしな。いいことずくめだぜ。
But it's all thanks to you. Van Helsing and I didn't do this alone.
お前たちこそ最近はどうなんだ？インピーは何か探し物を、それとルパンはテロ計画の阻止だったか？
聞いちゃう？それ聞いちゃう？実はインピさんね。
なぜか途端に興味が失せた。ルパンの話だけ聞くとするか。
poor Impy.
ひどい。聞いて。もっと俺に興味持って。
Lupin, Van Helsing, and Impy. Another conversational back and forth so well. Conversational, is that what I said? Okay. Listening to them talk in this familiar room makes me feel as though unseen hands have wound the clock back several months. The atmosphere is jolly, different from the equally happy yet distinctively different times Van Helsing and I spent here. How wonderful it would be if Victor, St. Germain, and Deli were here too. Perhaps that time in my life seems so nostalgic because I've changed so much. How long will you both be in London? I know they have their own plans, but how heavy-hearted I would be to hear that they meant to leave today or tomorrow.
そうだな。ちょこちょことロンドンを出ることはあるだろうが、しばらくは滞在するつもりだぜ。情報収集やらなんやら、ここでもやれることは多いからな。
俺もしばらくいるかな。ロンドンでしか手に入らない部品とか材料とか、そういうのたくさんあるし、探し物を見つけられたらすぐにでも月に行けるように準備万端にしておきたいからね。
But he's got his ship ready to go to the moon, and now all he's looking for is the gravity alleviator.
そうか。なら今後も顔を合わせる機会はありそうだな。騒ぎを起こしてくれるなよ。お前たちとつるむとろくなことがない。
そりゃまあ状況次第ってやつだ。
And so we spoke of times gone by and filled each other in about recent happenings. Time seemed to pass in a flash.
さて、そろそろ俺たちはおいとまさせてもらうとするか。
I glance at the windows and notice it's already dark. It is truly remarkable how time evaporates when you're happy amongst friends.
そんな顔されちゃうと俺たちも帰りづらいな。
I mean, you guys all did live in this mansion together. You could just stay here while you're in London. There's plenty of rooms. I'm alright. It's fine, really.
それなら夕飯も食べていったらどうだ？せっかくの機会だ。私自らが振る舞うが。
They're gonna be like, no. Impy and Lupin's faces immediately crumble into massive shocked disgust.
いや、そこまではさすがに悪いからよ。大丈夫だって、気にすんな。
そうディナーは2人で楽しみなって。もちろん彼女のお手製料理でさ。
Her cooking. I've never seen them turn something down quite so vehemently. Then again, Van Helsing's cooking is a bit different. What would be the kindest way to put it? I suppose I should say that it's special. I can't think of many other foodstuffs that the human body outright rejects as foreign matter after all. That's funny.
そうか。ま、食べたくなったらいつでも言うといい。いろいろと新作のレシピも考えているからな。
I guess if she doesn't have to eat, then it doesn't really bother her, but still.
よし、そんじゃあな。また近いうちに寄らせてもらうぜ。
新婚さんの邪魔をするほど野暮じゃないってね。俺ってば引き際をわきまえるいい男。
Not newlyweds yet.
自分で言っているうちはおそらくいい男ではないと思うぞ。
同感。
We stand for a while by the gate, waving at Lupin and Impy as they recede into the distance. Newlyweds. No, it's just couples. They get married, right? Newly free of poison, I'm making every effort to learn what normal life is like. Of course, there are some things I haven't even begun to wrap my head around yet, and the marriage I just mentioned is one of them.
焦ることはない。
But
ようやく人並みの生活ができるようになったんだ。今はそれを存分に楽しめばいい。
before I'm able to turn and regard him, Van Helsing wraps his arm around my shoulder.
お前が幸せならそれでいい。お前の幸せが私の幸せなのだから。
Thank you. The very fact that I am happy, it's all thanks to the wonderful people I've met, to say nothing of Van Helsing, who loves me as dearly as I do him. And here he is, standing next to me with a smile on his face. It's such a lovely sight to see. I feel relieved, realizing that I had been asking too much of a world I didn't fully understand yet.
それにしても騒がしい奴らだ。
But you did seem to be having fun.
楽しそう？私がか？
Yes, you were smiling and laughing.
まるで普段の私が笑っていないかのような言い草だな。
Well, it is. Until just recently.
お前の前ではこんなにも幸せに微笑んでいるというのに。
I know, but the expression on his face was familiar. Suddenly, I feel a wave of nostalgia. The smile was the same one he gave me, albeit rarely, when the mansion had been a hive of activity, all our friends under its roof. I love it when you smile for me. It's beautiful. I suppose it's not your typical smile.
それはお前限定だからな。他のやつに見せる義理はない。なぜ黙る？
No, I just... It seems almost strange to hear you say that.
そうか？私は至って真面目だぞ。
You're never strange. Yes, I know.
意外か。
Van Helsing mutters this last to himself. His tone is grave, so I try to get a good look at his face, but...
さて、私たちも戻るとしよう。
The man standing beside me remains as sedate as always.
体を冷やしていないか？油断すると。
Van Helsing reaches a hand towards my cheek as he says this. Instinctively, I think to pull away, but I catch myself before I do. The poison in my body is gone.
嫌だったか？すまない。
Oh, it's not that she didn't like it, it's instinct. No, I apologize. I didn't mean to startle you. I'm just not used to being touched yet.
そうか。
The two short words conveyed a tremendous sense of relief. Gotta get used to being touched now. He gets to stroke your face whenever he wants. Anyway, I think this is a good place to stop. It's just past 40 minutes of recording, and after doing after doing St. Germain's Route, he also had like a 40-minute one as well. So I don't remember much in Van Helsing's. I know there's some stuff that they did, but it's kind of like since her poison's gone and Alistair's gone, they just kind of, I don't know, literally live like a happily ever after story in this one. I don't remember any conflicts coming up, but then again, we all know how much that I remembered of the last game. So anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, drop a like down below and or subscribe if you want to see the rest of Future Blessings, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye.